Yo, what's up? So they just released the patch notes, and I just glanced through it, and I saw Ling getting a reward. Um, let's just go through it fast. There's gonna be a reward sending after the update. You're gonna get like 7 gold records and a few ability mons and starry mons. Nice. There's no new hero. They actually rerun TA in the SSM, so no new heroes in this patch notes. So you can save up your SSM. I don't think TA is worth using your SSM on. She's okay if you really don't have any form of speed lead. Even still, I think you shouldn't go for TA. You could just use Longman instead. So yeah, in my opinion, TA is a complete skip in the SSM banner. And then we have a divine support event, which is you have to vote one of the espers, and then if they get the highest vote, they can share their untold stories. There's as far as I know, there's no rewards here, so it's whatever. Battlegrounds, this one is it seems like a pay to win event. It's a Battleroyale type stuff. 16 players in total in one league, and then each player goes against one another until one survives, and that one survive will become the Apex player, Apex legend, bruh. And in the Battlegrounds, the star rating, level, abilities, and ascension level are max, but they don't say anything about relic, so I think relics are gonna be your own, or maybe it's not even accounted for. But resonance remains unchanged, so yeah, this is the whale part. You can have a bit of edge over here. This first few part doesn't actually mean anything for mid to end game players. You're pretty much gonna have your units level 60 and max ascension level. The one thing that you might not have is abilities, so that kind of helps. And you can also buy like greater glory rewards, the battle pass. So yeah, it's pretty much a pay to win kind of event. I don't think the rewards are gonna vary a lot. It says here that you can only get like a relic of your choice, so yeah, it's whatever. Royal flush, we've had this before, where you have like Joker, Queen, King, and Ace, if I'm not mistaken. You can read it here. Yeah, Knight set, Joker set, Queen set, and some other stuff. You get pretty good rewards here. Some changes in the story, it doesn't actually matter. They added a few stages, but for players that have already cleared it, it's just gonna be cleared by default. And XP lowered for 12, 4 easy and 12 hard, so nothing on purgatory. They added a 10 spin to echo. Previously you have to do it one by one even though you have 10, so yeah, this is a pretty minor quality of life change. Adjusted some rewards for achievements. I don't know which achievements that's gonna be. Optimize the rookie echo reward events interface. The rookie echo event is this, but it ends in 4 days or 1 day, so I don't know what they're gonna do about it. It's already ending soon, so I don't know what kind of update they're gonna do for it. And then we have oh yeah, Ling. This is the biggest change. This S1 no longer steals 15% AP. It now inflicts 50% chance of inflicting a sear debuff for 2 turns. I don't know if this could be good or bad for him. 15% AP steal is pretty useful in most PvE content, but I think this Seer debuff is gonna make him more viable in Sentinel Hunt. But yeah, this in my opinion is pretty minor change on his S1. Yeah, his S2 is the biggest change, and I think this is a major buff for him. We go through the old one right here. Attacks one enemy 5 times. Each hit deals 36% attack damage and a true damage. The true damage portion is 6% of enemy max HP up to 80% of his own. Then restores 50%. And new one, attacks 5 times, same. Each hit now deals 46% instead of 36. And they remove the true damage portion part of his attack. But now they added, upon a crit gains 10% AP. So if this is how I think it should work, every hit is gonna give him 10% AP, which means if he crit all 5 times, he could get 50% AP. Now this might only proc once. If it procs only once, then it's kind of an L. But if it procs every hit, then 50% AP. This is a mega buff for him. Even though they removed the true damage portion, I think his damage is actually buffed in most content. In contents that he has type advantage or type neutral, it's actually gonna be a damage buff. If I can show you the old one, 36% times 5, so it does 180% of his attack damage that can crit. Okay, so 80%, 180% that can crit. Let's say for example you have a 300% crit damage, times that by 3, he has 540% damage, that accounting for the crit damage as well. But then you also have the 80% of true damage, which it goes up to 80% that cannot crit. So this is only an additional. You're only gonna plus 80 there. So total damage on his old one, 620%. On his new one, it's gonna be a lot more. 46 times 5, 230% of attack damage that can crit. Times that by your crit damage, let's say 300%, 690% versus 620%. So yeah, voice crack. Yeah, the damage I think is gonna be a boost in contents that he can crit. So Desolate Lens in Shadowfire, I think he's gonna be better for his single target, and also that mega 50% AP push. I'm hoping it's a 50% and not just a single proc once per skill type shit, you know. So yeah, damage buff on his S2, and also a pretty sizable AP increase. S3 is nothing but nerf. Old one does 6% of enemy max HP up to 80%, and the new one does 5% max HP up to 50%. So yeah, it's a slight nerf on his AoE damage. I'll put, you know what, I'll do like one run real quick to see how much his damage is right now before the patch. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna be running him with Dahlia to make sure he crits. This is his stats. I'm not gonna change it. After the patch, I'm gonna do one more run and see how much his damage is altered. 295% crit damage and plus 3130 attack with attack lead. Let's see. I'll use both his S3 and S2. Okay, let's slow it down a bit. Take a look at the middle guy. So he did 13.739k on the middle guy per hit, and then now his S2 is gonna do 13.414 per hit. So I'm expecting his S2 to do more damage after the patch, but his AoE S3 is gonna do slightly less damage. So yeah, that's a big change for Ling. I think it's an overall buff, and his S1 might be better in certain situation, but the biggest problem I think is the chance to sear is only 50%, which is a kind of an L. 50% is not up to standard, man. You need like 80 or 100%. So you might never land the sear debuff ever, because unless you run him with accuracy, you might not actually land anything at all. So yeah, I think that's about it for the patch notes. Free rewards, nice. 7 gold records, and then the Battleground pay to win type event, and also Ling buff. I'm gonna call it a buff on a whim. That's it. Ciao.